something is happening. You can feel it in your bones. The world is changing. This is not just another news cycle. This is different. This is bigger. Deep down, you know this is not just another moment in history. We are on the precipice of something monumental. Across the globe, people are waking up. They are questioning everything. They are rejecting fear. They are searching for truth. This is the Great Awakening. It is a time of profound change, a time of spiritual awakening. But what does it all mean? Is this the end of the world as we know it, or is it the beginning of something far greater? The answers are closer than you think. The truth is within your grasp. The answers lie in understanding the times. We are living in an era of revelation, an unveiling of truth. The word apocalypse does not mean destruction, as many believe. Its true meaning is unveiling. Right now, that unveiling is happening all around us. The old systems of power are crumbling. The institutions that have ruled over humanity for centuries are losing their grip. Governments, financial systems, corporations, religious authorities, the structures of control are breaking down. In the vacuum left behind, something new is emerging. A new consciousness is dawning. A new way of seeing the world is taking hold. Humanity is returning to something ancient, something that has been hidden for ages. This is the Great Awakening. It is a time of great upheaval, but also a time of great opportunity. The Great Awakening is not a new phenomenon. It is not a fad or a trend. It is a cycle, a rhythm of history that has repeated itself for millennia. For centuries, mystics, prophets, and ancient texts have spoken about a time when humanity would wake up, a time of great spiritual transformation. They called it the Golden Age, the Age of Aquarius, the Second Coming. These prophecies, though often shrouded in symbolism and allegory, point to a profound shift in human consciousness. They speak of a time when the veils of illusion would fall away and humanity would awaken to its true nature. This awakening is not merely an intellectual exercise. It is a visceral, experiential knowing that transcends the limitations of the rational mind. The ancient Egyptians, with their profound understanding of cosmology and consciousness, encoded their wisdom in elaborate myths and monumental architecture. The pyramids, for instance, were not just tombs for pharaohs, but sophisticated energy devices designed to align with cosmic forces, facilitating spiritual evolution. Similarly, the Mayans, renowned for their intricate calendar system and astronomical knowledge, foresaw a period of great transformation, a time when the old world would give way to a new era of consciousness. Their prophecies, though often misinterpreted, speak of a spiritual awakening rather than a physical apocalypse. For too long, humanity has been asleep, trapped in a matrix of illusion and control. We have been conditioned to believe that we are separate from one another, separate from nature, separate from the divine. This sense of separation is the root of all our suffering, the institutions that have governed our world. Governments, financial systems, corporations, religious authorities have perpetuated this illusion of separation. They have kept us divided and afraid, locked in a perpetual cycle of conflict and competition. These institutions, once pillars of stability, are now crumbling, their foundations eroded by corruption, greed, and a profound disconnect from the needs of the people they claim to serve. The financial system, built on debt and speculation, is teetering on the brink of collapse. The gap between the rich and the poor continues to widen, fueling social unrest and instability. Governments, beholden to corporate interests, prioritize profit over people, eroding public trust and sowing the seeds of discontent. Religious institutions, once beacons of spiritual guidance, have become mired in dogma and hypocrisy. Their teachings often used to control rather than liberate. Many have turned away from organized religion, seeking solace and meaning in alternative spiritual practices or a renewed connection with nature. Yet amidst the chaos and uncertainty, a new dawn is breaking. As the old structures of power crumble, a new paradigm is emerging, one based on unity, compassion, and love. This is the essence of the Great Awakening, a shift from fear to love, from separation to oneness, from darkness to light. This awakening is happening on an individual and collective level. More and more people are questioning the narratives they have been fed by the mainstream media and seeking out alternative sources of information. They are waking up to the realization that they have been lied to, manipulated, and controlled. This awakening is not about escaping from the world, but transforming it from within. It is about reclaiming our power as sovereign beings, co-creators of our reality. It is about recognizing our interconnectedness and working together to create a more just, sustainable, and compassionate world for all. The Great Awakening is not a spectator sport. It is an active process of transformation that requires courage, commitment, and a willingness to question everything we thought we knew about ourselves and the world around us. It is a journey of self-discovery, a process of shedding old beliefs and embracing new possibilities. Since birth, we have been immersed in a carefully constructed reality, a virtual prison for the mind. This is the Matrix, an intricate web of illusions designed to keep us asleep, unaware of our true nature and potential. Like puppets on invisible strings, we are manipulated, our thoughts, beliefs, and desires molded by unseen forces. This matrix is not a physical construct, but an energetic one, a frequency of consciousness that pervades every aspect of our lives. It is woven into the fabric of our society, from the institutions that govern us to the media we consume, the education we receive, and even the relationships we form. Its tendrils reach deep into our psyche, shaping our perceptions, beliefs, and desires. We are born into this matrix, and from the moment we open our eyes, we are bombarded with its programming. Our parents, though well-intentioned, unknowingly pass on their own conditioning, their fears, limitations, and beliefs about the world. Educational systems, often rigid and outdated, prioritize conformity and obedience over critical thinking and creativity. The media, controlled by a handful of powerful corporations, bombards us with a relentless stream of negativity, fear, and division. News cycles are designed to keep us in a state of anxiety and fear, distracted from the true issues facing humanity. We are fed a steady diet of consumerism, celebrity gossip, and political scandals, all designed to keep us entertained and distracted from our own inner truth. The Matrix operates through a sophisticated system of control, a multi-layered program designed to suppress our innate wisdom and keep us trapped in a cycle of fear, scarcity, and separation. It preys on our insecurities, exploits our vulnerabilities, and uses our own thoughts against us. One of the Matrix's most insidious tools is fear. From the moment we are born, we are conditioned to be afraid. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. These fears are instilled in us from a young age, shaping our beliefs and limiting our potential. The media amplifies these fears, bombarding us with images of violence, disease, and economic collapse, keeping us in a perpetual state of anxiety and apprehension. Another key element of the Matrix control system is the illusion of separation. We are taught to believe that we are separate from one another, in competition for limited resources and recognition. This false sense of separation creates conflict, division, and distrust, making it easier for the ruling elite to maintain their control. The education system, often designed to serve the needs of the industrial machine, reinforces this sense of separation. We are taught to compete for grades, for recognition, for a place in the hierarchy. Collaboration and cooperation are often discouraged, seen as weaknesses rather than strengths. We are trained to be cogs in the machine, not independent thinkers or creative innovators. The Matrix also thrives on our dependence on external sources for validation and fulfillment. We are conditioned to seek happiness and security in material possessions, social status, and the approval of others. This endless pursuit of external gratification keeps us trapped on a hedonistic treadmill, never truly satisfied, always yearning for more. The architects of this matrix, the powers that be who benefit from our slumber, are becoming increasingly desperate. They see the cracks in their carefully constructed reality. They feel the winds of change blowing. They know that their grip on power is slipping. Like a cornered animal, the matrix is lashing out, tightening its grip on our lives. Censorship is on the rise as those in power seek to silence dissenting voices and control the narrative. Surveillance technologies are becoming increasingly invasive, tracking our every move, monitoring our thoughts, and eroding our privacy. The media, once a source of information and entertainment, has become a weapon of mass manipulation, spewing forth propaganda and disinformation designed to sow discord and division. Political systems riddled with corruption and greed are failing to address the needs of the people they claim to represent. The very fabric of our society seems to be unraveling as the old systems and structures crumble around us. The economy is teetering on the brink of collapse. Social unrest is on the rise. The environment is in peril. The future seems uncertain, even perilous. Yet, amidst this chaos and uncertainty, a spark of hope remains. For the very intensity of the Matrix's grip is a sign of its desperation, a testament to the growing power of the awakening consciousness. The question arises, who are these architects of the Matrix? Who benefits from keeping humanity enslaved in this web of illusion? The answer, like most things in the Matrix, is complex and multifaceted. Some point to shadowy elites, secret societies, and powerful families who have controlled the levers of power for generations. They operate behind the scenes, manipulating financial markets, orchestrating wars, and controlling the flow of information to serve their own agendas. Others believe that the Matrix is a more insidious force, an egregore, a thought form created by the collective unconsciousness of humanity. This egregore feeds on our fear, our negativity, and our belief in separation, perpetuating the very conditions that gave rise to it. Still others see the Matrix as a spiritual test, a necessary stage in our evolution as a species. They believe that we chose to incarnate into this reality to confront our shadows, to overcome our limitations, and to awaken to our true nature as divine beings. Regardless of who or what is behind the Matrix, one thing is clear: its power lies in our ignorance. As long as we remain asleep, unaware of our true nature and potential, we are vulnerable to its manipulations. But once we awaken to the truth, once we see the Matrix for what it is, its power begins to diminish. The idea that we are living in a time of profound transformation, a time of great awakening, is not a new one. It has been echoed throughout history, whispered on the winds of time by ancient civilizations, and illuminated in the pages of sacred texts. These echoes of ancient wisdom, often dismissed as myths or legends, offer profound insights into our present moment, revealing a pattern far grander and more awe-inspiring than we could have imagined. From the towering pyramids of Egypt to the intricate astrological charts of the Maya, ancient cultures around the world left behind clues, encoded messages pointing to a time when humanity would awaken from its slumber and step into its true potential. These cultures, deeply connected to the rhythms of nature and the cosmos, understood that history is not linear but cyclical, a spiral of evolution marked by periods of darkness and light, contraction and expansion. The ancient Egyptians, for example, believed in the concept of Zep Tepi, a golden age in the distant past when humanity lived in harmony and enlightenment. They believed that this golden age would one day return, ushering in a new era of peace and prosperity. Similarly, the ancient Greeks spoke of a mythical golden age ruled by the god Cronus, a time of abundance and serenity that ended with the rise of Zeus and the Olympian gods. These myths and legends, though often shrouded in symbolism and allegory, point to a profound truth: that humanity has experienced cycles of awakening and amnesia throughout its history. We have known periods of great enlightenment, only to fall back into darkness and forgetfulness. But the wisdom of these ancient cultures reminds us that the potential for awakening is always within us, waiting to be rekindled. Perhaps no ancient text has captured the imagination and ignited controversy quite like the Bible's Book of Revelation. Filled with vivid imagery, cryptic symbolism, and apocalyptic pronouncements, Revelation has been interpreted in countless ways throughout history, often used to incite fear and predict the end of the world. However, a deeper look at Revelation reveals a message not of destruction but of transformation, not of a vengeful God but of a loving force orchestrating a grand cosmic shift. The word apocalypse itself, often misconstrued to mean the end, actually translates to unveiling or revelation, a stripping away of illusions to reveal a deeper truth. John, the author of Revelation, describes a vision of a new heaven and a new earth, a time when the old order crumbles and a new reality dawns. This new reality is not a physical place, but a state of consciousness, a shift from the limitations of the ego to the expansiveness of the soul. The beasts and false prophets depicted in Revelation represent the forces of darkness, the systems of control, and the limiting beliefs that keep humanity enslaved in a cycle of suffering. The fall of Babylon, the symbolic city of materialism and corruption, signifies the dismantling of these systems and the emergence of a more just and compassionate world. Revelation's message, though often veiled in cryptic language, is ultimately one of hope and empowerment. It is a call to awaken to our true nature as divine beings, to reclaim our sovereignty, and to co-create a world aligned with love, truth, and unity. The ancient Maya, renowned for their sophisticated understanding of time, astronomy, and mathematics, left behind a legacy of prophecies that have captivated and intrigued the world. Their intricate calendar system, far from predicting a catastrophic end to the world in 2012, spoke of a profound shift in consciousness, a transition from one era to another. The Mayan calendar is cyclical, reflecting their belief that time moves in vast cycles of creation and destruction. The cycle that ended in 2012, known as the fifth sun, represented a period of materialism, duality, and separation. According to Mayan prophecies, the end of the fifth sun would usher in a new era, a time of heightened consciousness, spiritual awakening, and a return to unity. This new era, often referred to as the sixth sun, is a gradual process of transformation, a shift in the energetic fabric of reality. The Mayan prophecies emphasized that this transition would be marked by both challenges and opportunities. They foresaw a period of upheaval and chaos as the old world crumbled, making way for the new. But they also spoke of a time of great spiritual awakening when humanity would rediscover its connection to the divine and create a more harmonious world. The Mayan prophecies continue to inspire and guide those seeking a deeper understanding of our place in the cosmos. The concept of cyclical time and the idea of a great awakening are deeply embedded in Eastern spiritual traditions as well. Hinduism, Buddhism, and Taoism all speak of vast cycles of creation and dissolution, within which humanity experiences periods of spiritual advancement and decline. In Hinduism, for example, the concept of yugas describes a cycle of 4 ages: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dvapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. These yugas represent a gradual descent from a golden age of spiritual enlightenment to a dark age of ignorance and suffering. According to Hindu cosmology, we are currently living in Kali Yuga, the darkest of ages, characterized by materialism, conflict, and spiritual degeneration. However, Hindu scriptures also teach that Kali Yuga is followed by a new Satya Yuga, a golden age of peace, prosperity, and spiritual awakening. This cyclical view of time offers hope and inspiration, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, the light of consciousness will eventually re-emerge. Buddhism too emphasizes the cyclical nature of existence. The concept of samsara describes a cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, driven by karma and the illusion of a separate self. Samsara is often portrayed as a wheel, with beings trapped in an endless cycle of suffering until they achieve enlightenment and break free from the wheel. Buddhist teachings offer a path to liberation from samsara through the cultivation of wisdom, compassion, and ethical conduct. The Buddha's teachings provide practical tools for awakening from the slumber of ignorance and realizing our true nature as interconnected and inherently luminous beings. The matrix of fear, a prison of our own making. At the heart of the matrix, fueling its illusory power, lies fear. It is the language of control, the currency of manipulation, the invisible shackle that binds humanity to a reality of limitation and suffering. Fear, in its myriad forms, is woven into the fabric of our society, a pervasive undercurrent shaping our thoughts, beliefs, and actions. From the moment we are born, we are conditioned to fear. We are taught to fear the unknown, to fear the different, to fear failure, to fear rejection, and ultimately to fear death itself. This fear, instilled in us from a young age, becomes deeply ingrained in our psyche, shaping our perceptions and limiting our potential. The media, a powerful tool of the matrix, amplifies these fears, bombarding us with images of violence, disease, economic collapse, and social unrest. News cycles are carefully crafted to instill anxiety and apprehension, keeping us in a perpetual state of fight or flight, our attention fixated on external threats rather than our own inner wisdom. This culture of fear serves the interests of those in power, for fear breeds compliance, conformity, and a willingness to surrender our autonomy in exchange for the illusion of security and protection. When we are afraid, we are more likely to accept limitations on our freedom, to tolerate injustice, and to turn a blind eye to the suffering of others. Love, the antidote to fear and the catalyst for awakening. In stark contrast to the darkness of fear stands the radiant light of love. Love in its purest form is not merely a fleeting emotion, but a fundamental force, the very essence of creation, the unifying principle that connects us all. It is the antidote to fear, the catalyst for awakening, and the foundation upon which a new world can be built. Love is not passive or naive. It does not deny the existence of darkness or shy away from confronting injustice and suffering. True love is courageous and compassionate, fierce in its defense of truth and justice, yet unwavering in its commitment to understanding and forgiveness. When we choose love over fear, we step out of the matrix's control grid and into a higher frequency of consciousness. We begin to see through the illusions that have kept us bound, to recognize our interconnectedness, and to embrace the infinite possibilities that arise when we unite in a spirit of cooperation and compassion. Love dissolves the walls of separation that the matrix has erected between us. It allows us to see beyond the superficial differences of race, religion, nationality, and ideology, and to recognize the shared humanity that binds us together. In the embrace of love, we discover our true strength, our capacity for empathy, forgiveness, and unconditional acceptance. Choosing love in a world of illusion. The battle between fear and love is not fought on distant battlefields, but within the depths of our own hearts. Every moment presents us with a choice: to succumb to the seductive whispers of fear, or to embrace the transformative power of love. This choice is not always easy. The matrix is cunning and persuasive, its illusions deeply ingrained in our psyche. We may find ourselves slipping back into old patterns of fear and separation, triggered by the events of the world or the actions of others. But each time we catch ourselves reacting from fear, we have an opportunity to pause, to breathe, and to choose again. We can choose to turn off the fear-mongering news, to disengage from toxic relationships, and to cultivate practices that nourish our hearts and minds. Meditation, spending time in nature, engaging in creative pursuits, and connecting with like-minded souls can help us to raise our vibration and align with the frequency of love. The more we choose love, the more we weaken the matrix's grip on our lives and empower ourselves to create a new reality. As we awaken to our true nature as beings of love, we become beacons of light, radiating compassion, understanding, and hope into a world desperately in need of healing. The concept of the Second Coming has long captivated the human imagination, often depicted as a dramatic event, a divine intervention from the heavens that would usher in a new era of peace and righteousness. Yet what if the Second Coming is not an external event, but an internal transformation, a shift in consciousness occurring within the hearts and minds of humanity? For centuries, the notion of a messianic figure returning to earth has resonated deeply within the human psyche, a longing for salvation, for a force greater than ourselves to heal the wounds of the world and guide us towards a brighter future. But what if the true Savior is not a single individual, but the awakening consciousness within each and every one of us? The teachings of many spiritual traditions point to this inner awakening as the true meaning of the second coming. The concept of Christ consciousness, for instance, does not refer to the literal return of Jesus Christ, but to the emergence of a higher state of consciousness characterized by unconditional love, compassion, and unity. This Christ consciousness is not limited to any one religion or belief system, but is available to all who seek to embody these qualities. The idea of an inner Messiah resonates with the words of Jesus himself, who taught that the kingdom of God is within you. Birthing the new earth, a collective transformation. As more and more individuals awaken to their true nature as beings of love and light, a collective transformation begins to unfold, a birthing of the new earth. This new earth is not a separate planet, but a new paradigm of existence, a higher frequency of consciousness characterized by unity, harmony, and abundance. Imagine a world where fear no longer holds sway, where competition and scarcity are replaced by cooperation and abundance, where differences are celebrated rather than feared, and where love, compassion, and creativity flow effortlessly through all aspects of life. This is the promise of the new earth, a world where the limitations of the old paradigm fall away and the infinite potential of human consciousness is fully realized. The birthing of the new earth is not a passive event, but an active process of co-creation. It requires us to embody the qualities of the new paradigm in our own lives, to choose love over fear, forgiveness over judgment, and unity over separation in all our interactions. It calls for us to step into our roles as conscious creators, to use our thoughts, words, and actions to weave a new tapestry of reality. Every act of kindness, every expression of love, every moment of connection contributes to the manifestation of the new earth. This collective transformation is not without its challenges. As the old paradigm crumbles, we are likely to witness increased chaos, upheaval, and resistance from those who cling to power. Yet, it is through these very challenges that we strengthen our resolve, deepen our compassion, and refine our vision for a brighter future. The kingdom within, embracing our divine inheritance. The journey to the new earth begins within the sacred space of our own hearts. It is here, in the stillness of our being, that we connect with the divine spark that resides within us all, the source of our true power and potential. We are not separate from this divine source, but rather expressions of it. Each one of us a unique facet of the infinite creativity and love that permeates the cosmos. As we awaken to this truth, we reclaim our divine inheritance, stepping into our roles as co-creators of our reality. The kingdom of God is within you. These words, spoken by Jesus centuries ago, hold the key to unlocking our full potential. They remind us that heaven is not a distant place, but a state of consciousness, a realm of peace, joy, and unconditional love that we can access in every moment through the power of our own awareness. The new earth is not a utopian dream, but a living, breathing reality waiting to be born through the collective awakening of human consciousness. It is a world where love, compassion, and creativity reign supreme, where our interconnectedness is celebrated, and where the infinite potential of the human spirit is fully realized. The journey begins within. As we embrace the truth of who we are, divine beings of love and light, we become the change we wish to see in the world, ushering in a new era of peace, harmony, and abundance for all. The dawn of a new era. The world is at a crossroads. The old systems of power, built on fear, control, and the illusion of separation, are crumbling before our eyes. Yet amidst the chaos and uncertainty, a new dawn is breaking, a dawn heralded by the rising tide of human consciousness. This is the Great Awakening, a profound shift in perception, a reawakening to our true nature as spiritual beings having a human experience. We have journeyed through the depths of the matrix, exposing its illusory nature and the subtle ways it has kept humanity enslaved in a cycle of fear and limitation. We have explored the wisdom of ancient civilizations, their prophecies and teachings, pointing towards this pivotal moment in human history, a time of great upheaval and even greater opportunity. We have witnessed the battle between fear and love raging within our own hearts and recognized the transformative power of choosing love as the guiding principle in our lives. The second coming, often envisioned as an external event, is revealed as an inner awakening, a realization of the Christ consciousness that resides within each and every one of us. This awakening is not a distant dream, but a present possibility, a choice we make in every moment to align with love, compassion, and unity. This is the time of the Great Unveiling, a time when the veils of illusion are being lifted, and the truth of who we are is being revealed in its full glory. It is a time for courage, for compassion, for unwavering faith in the power of love to transform ourselves and the world around us. The Great Awakening is you. The Great Awakening is not a spectator sport. It is not something happening to us. It is something happening through us. Each one of us plays a vital role in this grand cosmic shift, for we are not separate from the whole, but integral parts of a vast interconnected web of consciousness. As we awaken to our true nature as beings of love and light, we become beacons of hope, radiating compassion, understanding, and inspiration into a world desperately in need of healing. We become the change we wish to see, embodying the qualities of the new paradigm in our thoughts, words, and actions. The journey may not be easy. There will be challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. The old paradigm will not relinquish its grip without a fight. But as we awaken to our true power, as we remember who we truly are, we find the strength, the courage, and the unwavering resolve to stay the course. The time for playing small is over. The world needs your light, your love, your unique gifts and talents. Embrace the awakening. Step into your power. The future of humanity depends on it. The Great Awakening is not a destination, but a journey, a continuous unfolding of consciousness, a spiral of evolution leading us ever closer to our full potential as spiritual beings having a human experience. And it all begins with a single step, a single choice, a single act of love. If this message resonated, share it. The more we awaken, the brighter the world becomes. Subscribe for the next revelation.